Three frontier AI models all launched this month: GPT-5.4, Claude Opus 4.6, and Gemini 3.1. Every AI publication ran the same benchmarks and declared a different winner. So I took a different approach. I ran all three through 12 real-world tasks, the stuff you actually do at work, not synthetic tests. Here's what I found. And it's more interesting than the benchmarks suggest. Part 1. The quick verdict. I'll give you the full breakdown, but if you're short on time, GPT 5.4 is the best all-around model right now for most users. Claude dominates for code and long documents. Gemini is the reasoning king and the best value if you're on Google Workspace. Now, let's talk about why, and why the decision is more nuanced than that. Part 2. The models at a glance. GPT 5.4 launched March 5th, and it's the one OpenAI calls their thinking model. It achieves GPT-6 level reasoning in a smaller, faster architecture. They claim it's the most capable model they've ever shipped for everyday professional tasks. Claude Opus 4.6 from Anthropic dropped quietly, as they usually do. The big headline is the 1 million token context window, which is nearly 8 times larger than GPT 5.4. They also claim the strongest coding performance of any commercial model, and SWE Bench Verified gives them a score of 80.8%. That's real GitHub issues, not toy problems. Gemini 3.1 came from Google DeepMind in a multi-tier release, Flashlight on the lightweight end, DeepThink at the top. The DeepThink variant hit 77% on ARC AGI-2. That's the benchmark you literally cannot memorize your way through. Pure reasoning, no shortcuts. Part 3. How they performed on real tasks. Task 1. Write a 2,000-word technical blog post on AI security for a non-technical audience. GPT 5.4 produced the most readable draft. Better flow, better pacing, better headline instincts. Claude's version was more accurate but denser. Gemini's was structurally excellent but slightly dry. Winner: GPT 5.4 by a clear margin for writing. Task 2. Debug a 300-line Python script with 3 intentional errors. Claude found all 3 errors and explained why each one was wrong in plain English. GPT 5.4 found 2 errors, but missed the third, a subtle type coercion issue. Gemini found 2.5, flagged the third as potentially problematic without identifying the root cause. Winner: Claude for coding. Not close. Task 3. Analyze a 150-page business report and identify the 5 most important strategic risks. This is where context window matters. GPT 5.4 processed about half the document reliably before its quality degraded. Claude read the entire thing, retained every detail, and produced a genuinely excellent risk analysis. Gemini was similar to GPT 5.4 in terms of document handling at this length. Winner: Claude, by a significant margin for long documents. Task 4. Explain the implications of quantum entanglement for computing, with actual reasoning, not just a summary. Gemini DeepThink produced something remarkable here. It didn't just explain the concept. It reasoned through the logical implications, challenged assumptions, and arrived at a conclusion that felt genuinely intelligent. GPT 5.4 was excellent but more encyclopedic. Claude was accurate, but stayed closer to established facts. Winner: Gemini for deep reasoning. This is its superpower. Task 5. Build a 3-step marketing automation sequence from a brief. GPT 5.4 understood the brief intuitively and produced something ready to use. Claude was technically superior, but required more prompting to get the tone right. Gemini produced a solid draft, but needed revision on brand voice. Winner: GPT 5.4 for marketing and creative tasks. This matters more than most reviews admit. GPT 5.4 sits in the OpenAI ecosystem. If you're already paying for ChatGPT Pro, you have it. Claude Opus 4.6 is Anthropic's top tier. It's not cheap, but for code and document analysis, the ROI is real. Gemini 3.1 is deeply integrated with Google Workspace. If your entire business runs on Google Docs, Gmail, and Sheets, Gemini has a structural advantage that the benchmarks don't capture. It's right there in your existing tools. Part 5. My recommendation. Stop trying to pick one AI and use it for everything. The smartest approach in 2026 is a stack. Use GPT-5.4 for writing, creative tasks, and general day-to-day work. Use Claude Opus 4.6 for code, long documents, and anything requiring deep analysis of large amounts of text. Use Gemini 3.1 for reasoning-heavy problems and if you're in Google Workspace. The gap between these models is shrinking every quarter. The strategic question isn't which model is best, it's which model is best for your specific workflow. If you want a more detailed breakdown of how I tested these and the full prompt library I used, subscribe and check out the link below. Outro. The AI model wars are intensifying. Every month there's a new best model. But here's the thing. For most people, any of these three will dramatically outperform what they were using 2 years ago. The bottleneck isn't the model anymore. It's knowing how to use them. That's what this channel is about. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead, not just up to date.